on into the room. Be coachable, teachable, trainable. Post your city and state where you're catching this live from on today. My name is BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am your cash flow queen and your system development specialist. So right now we're on this amazing journey helping emerging speakers literally to get out here to increase impact and influence from the stages, even from the, what do you call them? The virtual stages, from your home, from your business, from your office, wherever it is. And today we are talking about custom fields. So if you are an emerging speaker, right, with a content retention management system that is a CRM, and it is full of contacts, but there is no way for you to track which ones are hot, which ones you've spoken with, what topics that interest them, or when you last followed up with them, then as your brand master and business coach, understand that I've helped hundreds to organize their contact data and to never miss opportunities again. And today I'm going to show you exactly how I've set up custom fields inside of GHL that actually track the speaker specific information that turns contacts into bookings, right? So today we're going to talk about some pretty heavy words, but the information is still the same. If you are an emerging speaker, right, and you have hundreds of contacts in your CRM, but you cannot quickly identify who's a hot prospect, who you need to follow up with, what your last date of communication with them was, then understand that's why you need to pay attention to this information on today. So as you have been able to see over the course of the first 6 systems that we have already shown you, that would be the funnels, the websites. We've talked about the emails. We've talked about SMSs. We've talked about the actual process that needs to happen when you're building a website. We've talked about all of the workflows and the CRM itself, right? I've given you worksheet after worksheet, which is a checklist, so that once you get this system in place, you actually can go through and check off the check marks to make sure you're doing everything that you need to do, right, for your event planners, for the prospects who are looking for you, from the people who actually saw you speak on the stage, and they are now wanting to get in contact with you to get their goodie, to get their freebie or something like that. Once you do all that, you probably don't remember the last time you got in contact with some of those individuals if they actually didn't opt into your system. So before we begin creating any type of custom fields, then you need to understand why speaker-specific data tracking is essential to your business, right? And while you're the one who are coming in and saying, hey, I'm a speaker, I just want the system done, you still need to understand why the system works. So generic CRM fields work for general businesses, but speakers, they need to track unique information. And that will determine whether or not this person who is interested is booking potential or relationship value, meaning whether or not you need to cultivate a better nurturing system for that particular individual, or you need to make changes to your speaking platform that would allow you to book better and book more quality, right, appointments and speaking engagements. Speaking opportunities develop differently than other business opportunities, right? So the decision timeline can be months or even years, but multiple people, might be involved in booking decisions. And so you'll need to have a system that can actually manipulate and pay attention to and send you the right information, because remember, the same contact information might generate multiple opportunities over time. So the best thing that you can do in that case is have custom fields to capture information that helps you prioritize follow-ups, right? To customize your communication approach and to identify the highest value opportunities that are in your pipeline, that's in your contacts in your phone book, in your email list, or something like that. So as I continue to develop my portion of the virtual experience for this upcoming 2025 SpeakerCon conference, I am learning that literally these successful speakers, they treat data management seriously, right? And they know exactly which of their contacts are worth intensive follow-up versus opportunities that have a higher probability of conversion, right? Your custom field should always answer some pretty important questions. Number one, who is most likely to book me? Number two, what topics generate the most interest. Number three, which referral sources produce the best opportunity? And when should I follow up with each contact, as well as what's the potential value of each and every relationship? The only way you will be able to know all of this as someone in the speaking industry is if you have custom fields and custom values set up inside of your system, right? So that's with regards to the way that you actually set up and what kind of strategy that you're implementing for your custom fields. Now, moving beyond that into tracking the booking and the potential of that, let me show you and share with you exactly how custom fields can help you to qualify and prioritize speaking prospects, right? These are the fields that capture the information that determine which contract or contact is worth your more intensive follow-up. So think about this. If you have a tracking field that is for the budget friendly or the budget range, investment capacity of potential clients, then you'll be able to say, let me set up this field for options like under 1,000, 1,000 to 5,000, 5,000 to 10,000, or 10,000 and more, or even an other or an unknown. This helps you prioritize prospects who can afford your services, okay, and customize your approach accordingly. So you're going to address a budget conscious speaking opportunity that's $1,000 or less differently than you would budget the communications with the 10,000 or more prospect interested in having you coming to speak. You can have the budget conscious, you can have the decision timeline, you can have a decision maker, you can have multiple fields that are set up so that this information, again, will help you to prepare appropriate presentations. Number one, that's the delivery. That's why you're on stage, to speak and impact the audience, as well as set realistic fee expectations. Okay. Also, when you move beyond that, and we're talking about managing the relationship fields, the way that it comes in and organizing the contact information, your relationship management custom fields helps you organize contacts for systematic and effective follow-up, right? So if you have a relationship type field, a source of connection field, a last contact date field, a next follow-up date field, communication preferences, whether they want to get text messages, whether they want to get a phone call, an email, or whether or not they prefer to be contacted through their social media presence, whatever it is, you will know and respect the communication preference, because that will improve the response rate and it's going to build a stronger relationship. They told you how they want it to be contacted, and you're staying the course and meeting them where they're at. Okay. Also, engagement level. Right. This field will actually track how responsive and interested each contact is. So if you have someone that's needing an SMS follow-up, a text message follow-up, because they need to book you quicker than an individual who's trying to book out for next year and who would be perfectly fine with an email correspondence, then you need to know that as soon as that EP, that's your event planner or the planning committee, the PCs, whoever reaches out to you, you'll need to know what the timeline is, okay? And you want to be able to manage that not only by the topic of interest, the proposal status, where it is, the event details, the quotes, the fees, the probability of booking. This particular field helps you to forecast your speaking income and prioritize, again, your follow-up. So you want to make sure you have options set for high, medium, low, and other, okay? Again, the reason you're setting all of these parameters by custom fields inside of your system is so that as people begin to come into your system, filling out your forms, getting your emails, and following up with you, they are placed in the correct category so that your system continues to nurture them based on their probability, their engagement level, their nurturing responses, all of these different things. And again, the data that optimizes your business literally is your ability to pay attention to what these sources, these fields, this tracking, all of this information is spitting out on the end. When you run your reports, when you're looking at your service, your services to make sure that they are level 1, 2, or 3, all of this is going to be spit out in a report. And now you will know properly how to engage with your people. So you saw earlier when we were setting up the funnels and we were talking about the funnels and where this information shows up. Imagine, take this journey with me. Imagine running across an ad, getting a referral from someone, seeing a post, watching a video, catching a reel. However, you came upon the initial information, and you are an event planner and you're planning for your next event, and you're like, that individual would be amazing. And they give you their link somewhere in all of that online data that says speaker.martinabrityelverton.com. You type that information in, scan a QR code, click a link, however you arrive at the speaker page. When you arrive there, you see the information, you see the person on stage. Matter of fact, let me share my screen and walk you through this part of the journey so that it can make sense for you. Let me pull up another window and let me share that screen with you, and we'll walk through that journey so that it'll make sense for you. So entire screen, share, speaker. All right. And let's bring this onto the screen. So I have this on the screen. And so you arrive here. Now let me cover up all that other information over there. All right. So you arrive here. All right. You're at speaker.martinabrityelverton.com. Sorry, you guys can't see this on the live. When you arrive here, you see the video. But you know what? I do believe I have figured out that I can turn my camera around and show with you guys. Just in case you didn't know, I'm also streaming on TikTok right now. We're trying again. This is the transparent journey of the BrandMaster. Again, you arrive onto the funnel or the website or whatever you understand. You get there on the worldwide internet, okay? And the first thing you do is you see me, the speaker. We're on stage. And I would really like to share this, guys, with you to show you, but I literally don't know how to turn the camera around live because I am not well-versed in TikTok. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, you arrive at the website. When you get to the website, the first thing that you see is the actual speaker, me. I'm over here on the right. In the background is a video that is playing of me at a speaking event. The reason you want to do this on your speaker page is because you want the EP who's interested in having you speak for their event to be able to see you, envision you on their stage as well. So they want to see your demeanor and how you actually connect with the audience and what you're saying and how you're moving, right? Additionally, you get to see the booking information. How to book me. Click here. It's going to take you down to the booking area. When you arrive at the booking area, because remember, the EPs want to know what 2, 3, 4, or 5 things that I mentioned before. Does anybody remember? Are you guys paying attention? There are some key pieces of information. And when I talked about it before, I only gave you 3 of those. And that is, who are you? How can they get in contact with you? Like everything they want to know about you. The next thing they want to know is, how will you impact their audience? What is it that you have that will give value to their audience? What is it that you have that will actually impact at their event? And finally, how do they book you? How do they get the information with you, right? But the 5 things I talked about earlier was, who is most likely to book me? What topics generate the most interest? Referral sources produce the best opportunities. When should I follow up with each one of them? And what's the potential value of each relationship? That's what you want to know from the EP. What the EP wants to know is, who are you? What are you going to do to impact their audience? And how can they book you? So when they arrive on your speaker page, there's a form there. But here's the beauty. Go ahead and have listed your speaking topics and what the outcome is of that speaking topic. Now you're answering questions the EP would generally ask you once they got you on the phone. However, you've already anticipated. Why? Because you are a prepared professional. You have already anticipated what it is that they will need, and you've given them a form. Your full name, the EP's full name, the EP's best email, the EP's best mobile number. What is the name of the event or the organization that's looking to book you? What is the date? how many expected, attendees will be there? What or where is the event being marketed? On what social media platform, or what is the website? Now, what is the demographic of the expected audience? Are they corporate executives? Are they software developers? Are they teachers? Right? You need to know all of this information, and they should have it when they choose to book you. Additionally, what is the speaking session date? So their event may be 3 days, but they're only looking for one or two final speakers for a specific day. You need to know that day, right? And what is their proposed budget? Keying all that into the form, selecting the topic that most interests them, checking that, consenting to your form, and submitting your form, right? All of that, when that information is received, when your system is set up correctly using custom fields, your response kicks in. Your email automatically is set to send them a response that says, "Thank you so much for asking me to speak at," and it populates their event name that they already put in. I appreciate that you selected XYZ topic that they selected and how your impact will be for their audience. Now, here are the deliverables that typically or generally are given during a presentation. And I received that your budget is currently this right here in the third. Also, go ahead and have listed your speaking rates at that point. Why? Because they could be looking to speak for an event that's $1,000 and your speaking rate is $7,000. That's a big difference. So what's going to happen with the $6,000 worth of value that you know will impact their audience when they don't have it? That's the reason you follow up inside of that same email and say, "I realize your budget is this. Per the speaking rates below, we may need to get on a call to see if there are any other opportunities I may offer your audience," because remember, their end result is your number one focus. All of this is happening while you sleep. All of this is happening on automation. So now when they respond to that email, mind you, you also had an automatic screen that came up that said thank you. And guess what's on that screen? Let me see if my little handy dandy follow up. There we go. So what's automatically on that screen? Thank you for your interest. Please allow 1 to 3 business days our agency, 1 to 3 business days to review your inquiry below, but don't stop here. While you await our agency's response, here is the next step for you. And what you offer them is a snippet of a video of you speaking virtually. Again, helping them see how your speaking style will impact their audience. And guess what? The beautiful thing we have on this page as well: access to the cheat sheet that was mentioned in this speaking event. Why? Because you want to make sure that the EP sees exactly what you're going to deliver to their audience. So now not only did they get a quick follow-up, they got an email, they get to see you speak, they're getting a piece of your assets, your collateral download, showing them what you will be giving to their audience. Now, days after, if you've not heard from them in 1 or 2 or 3 days, your automation system kicks in and sends them your one sheet, your bio, some additional piece of information to again continue to nurture them, continuing to do what? To make them understand why you are the speaker, right? Who is able to deliver for their event. You follow up and you send your one sheet, your bio, some additional piece of valuable information that actually does what? Stays in alignment with your speaking topic, your speaker inquiry, your speaker journey, all of that. You want to make sure that you follow up with them. Again, solidifying the reason that they reached out to you, showing you are a professional, remaining in a nurturing, revolving, communicative relationship with them. And all of that is done because you utilize custom fields and you set it up in your system on automation prior to. Now, from that point, you may need to get that booking. They're clicking the link, they're getting on a call with you. You guys are going through and you're hashing out that window of $6,000 worth of value and how either they can come up in budget or you can offset some of your costs with revenue sharing, bringing some of your books, having a place to sell your books, being able to sell or speak from the stage. Whatever you need to do for you guys to come to a symbiotic end to a mutual, what do you would call it? What do you call it when you're both looking, not residual? My brain just left me. Reciprocal, yes, reciprocal relationship, and you both end on a positive note, something that is a benefit for you, the EP, and the audience. Okay, you're able to then follow up, send out your agreement on automation. Once you all come to an agreement, you have all those terms in there, you get it signed, you get your deposit, you go ahead and move through whatever deliverables you guys agreed on. You show up in advance of that day, ready to present to impact their audience, get your final payment on that day or the day before, whatever you set up in your terms. Again, always having your workflow, your system responding based on custom fields that you've inserted for when different things happen inside your speaking agency. This is the power of custom fields. You're predetermining, anticipating, working with different people, and you already have thought through the entire EP's journey, prospect's journey, customer journey. You've already thought about all the different things, and you have your automations in place based on the custom field. That's the power of custom fields inside of our system. And it can all be done on automation, okay? Based on their responses. So again, I hope you have found all of this information. Like I said, it may be a little heavy. I told you guys it might be a little heavy, but I hope you have found this information very valuable. I hope you find reasons to actually consider taking the value, the God-given gift that you have, and actually getting on stages and speaking to the masses, okay? I would love for you guys to join us over in community.martinabrityelverton.com so that you can download the speaker custom fields that are set up as a guide, right? I make sure that it's available inside of the community. It is covering the implementation instructions, the optimization guidelines, the actual custom fields, what they need to say, and all of their different options so that you can integrate it perfectly with your CRM, your custom workflows, your templates, your website, your funnel, your email, and your text messages, right? So that your entire system works together in an organized fashion, okay? So definitely make sure you're following me on TikTok. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button on YouTube, that you select the bell so that you can get notifications each and every time that we go live. And if you are an emerging speaker and you're interested in this journey and joining me on this journey, then actually go to SpeakerCon 2025.martinabrityelverton.com. Go ahead and get registered, because all of my registrants get access to a list. And once you get on this list, I'm actually giving 3 of these business systems away. I'm setting up 3 business systems for people who join the list, SpeakerCon 2025.martinabrityelverton.com. Okay, you're able to get on that list. You're able to register for our event. Once you actually put all your information in, it'll populate you right over to register for the event. You guys can come and join us this November 6th, 7th, and 8th. We actually have a kickoff day on the 5th, and we have a bonus day on the 9th, but the actual event itself this year is November 6th, 7th, and 8th. More information is on the website. So you guys take the opportunity to do that. And for those of you who want to join us in the community, it's community.martinabrityelverton.com. Come on over, become an emerging speaker, start your journey with us, and definitely let your voice, your value, and your vision be heard. I am excited, and I catch you guys on Watch. Hey y'all, hey, BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton here, speaking directly to my 50 plus professionals with an incredible area of expertise, yet you're still struggling to attract premium clients who actually value your experience. Guess what? You're in the right place, because here at the age of 53, I've made a strategic decision to focus my 2 decades of value exclusively on helping experienced professionals like us transform our expertise into personal, profitable brands. Here's what's different about this approach. I don't treat you like a beginner. We leverage together your decades of experience as competitive advantages, not obstacles. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I provide content on YouTube specifically designed for 50-plus professionals transitioning into no gatekeeping entrepreneurship. You'll get behind-the-scenes access to my methodology, real client case studies, and practical strategies that you can implement right now. But here's where it gets even gooder, as I say. You're not just watching from the sidelines. I'm building a foundational community exclusively for the stuck and struggling, and as a founding active member, you'll get direct access to me, my framework, and we build your profitable brand together. Plus, through our strategic partnerships, founding members get access to daily support meetings at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. This gives you consistent professional guidance, a proven 4-hour workday strategy expert, and network opportunities right within our community. If you need more personalized guidance, I regularly bring founding members live into Zoom or StreamYard as guests for real-time Q&A, strategy sessions, and collaborative problem solving. It's like having a personal brand strategist at the ready. But for my serious 50-plus professionals who are ready for an intensive transformation, our VIP days will provide complete brand development and delivery in a single intensive session. Your expertise deserves premium positioning. Your experience is your competitive advantage. So yes, join the founding community, engage in our live sessions, and let's build the profitable personal brand that you deserve. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in our founding community. Yes, and yes.